Welcome back. We have another game. This is some Dark Elves against humans. I wasn't gonna pick this one up. I was just gonna pick up the fourth game of the round, so then we could just have the two. But I watched this one live last night, and it was quite fun. It was quite a fun game to watch as a neutral. Had a bit of almost everything. We've got Dark Elves setting up first, so they are defending. Both these teams have four block players in. So we looked at these in the previews. Two of those teams that have four block players in from the start, which is a great platform to build on for a starting team. Dark Elves was set up in the boat, which it protects some more players, although they're not really protecting the more valuable ones with them sticking out there, and they're pretty blitzable in that position. Humans have. We'll switch around to see them in a sec because they're attacking as well. So the runner is the most vulnerable player on the armor 7, who's back here. Only armor 7 player on the pitch because in Blood Bowl 2, for some reason, human catchers are armor 8. I don't know why. They're a bit more expensive than armor 8. They're meant to be armor 7. But yeah, humans have got 4 blitzers, an ogre, a thrower catcher, and then as many linemen as they need. Dark Elves have only 2 rerolls, so humans 3 is a big difference between them. But yeah, they're set up to take advantage here. They want to hit with all 3 of these players. They're not going to get, one of their blitzers isn't going to get to hit someone this turn, so maybe they've gone for symmetry, whereas they could maybe have had a blitzer on the line of scrimmage to get an extra block hit in. But they're gonna hit people, and here we go. That's a knockdown straight away. So yeah, using the blitzers first, and that means the ogre's going to have 3 dice, and they can go chuck a blitz down on what looks like this blitzer. Yep, this one's going for that, but that didn't get anywhere. So catcher's gone very far forward, and this is now a scoring threat already because they're pretty quick. Can reach the end zone next turn if necessary. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then go for it. Yep, can do that. Does give the Dark Elves an immediate problem. That's just a push. So pretty aggressive. Gone forwards. They're basing up the Elves. But Dark Elves can fight back a bit, so we'll see what they can do about this. They'll need to find some assists from somewhere. Not going to be very easy to do over here. So they are going for, yeah, this guy. This one down. Okay, and then right round to mark the catcher. That's on the catcher, but it's keeping it well marked. So it's going to be tricky to score next turn if that's what they're going for. The catcher marked like this. Sort of not really an option at that point. Runner's gone deep in case they try anything though. And a bit dodging away. Okay, gives them another 2 dice block. Again, just a push. So they've got these pretty tied up and then mostly quite stood off. Now, this looks like a pretty blitzable hole. They've gone around that way instead. So looking for some space over here. They've not really got a speed advantage over their opponents, so trying to switch like this isn't going to get them that far. If they blitz through here, they could have taken this space maybe. Might have been a nice thing to go for. It's quite a lightly guarded area. So ball over here. So this is risky if the ogre acts now. Yeah, it's a turnover. So that's left the ball exposed. So yeah, definitely a risk there without having 3 dice with the ogre. That's yeah, I don't know. I think I think the coach knew straight away. That was maybe... Well, it's a hindsight thing, isn't it? If he knocks him over, obviously, it's fine. But, this blitzer a bit closer to the ball. If that's going to come into play. 2 dodges to get 2 dice on the ball for this blitzer. This one could come in. There's 2 dodges for anybody, so may as well use a blitzer. That's one of their 2 rerolls down, and just a push on the thrower. Okay, so that's the ball based, so humans need to do something about this. Probably need to do something about this before doing anything else, but there we go. So Blitz is over here, so they're going to try and dodge the thrower probably. Okay, standing up there does give them 2 dice on that blitzer, but that should probably be have been done first before any of the stuff over here. Because now the thrower's safe, you can look at where you go, what else you're going to do. Just go for it at that. 2 dice from the catcher. Catcher getting involved with some blocks. And grabs the stun as well. Dodge away over there, so this gives them someone else the Dark Elves have to think about. Got quite a few scoring threats in position. Dark Elves do have available. They can put an assist in here. This could be a knockdown and then ball is exposed. It sort of looks like it is what they're doing. I think it's what they went for. To reroll that. So Dark Elves out of rerolls now, and that was only a push, which I think makes it a bit difficult to get at the ball now. Let's go for the catcher instead. It's down, and get another marker on the ball. But this is quite an easy 2 dice to clear that off. And failed dodge. I think first failed dodge we've had. Oh no, there's one there that was re-rolled, wasn't there, last time? But yeah, no more re-rolls for the Elves. Humans still have all 3 of theirs. You could have stood the catcher up after. He's been free to move. But he's on his feet. And that's sort of done. There. Also doesn't seem all that safe in that position. Players who can get around here. Splits are going. What happened here? Player they do have on. This blitzer is free to move around. This is an assist going in as well, another 2+ roll, but I think is to go for it to hit the ball. Yeah, and it's got those, and that is the ball down. I think it would have been a bit safer in this pocket rather than stepping in full out exposed in front. And yeah, ball off the pitch and then over here, so pretty well located for the Elves, and that's another tackle on, so they can block that lineman away and keep 2 tackle zones on the ball. We'll have this guy. Can't pick up or just stand guard over it. has picked up. I think similarly, this is quite exposed. It's probably going to be blitzed. I think this guy can reach scoring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's just 2 dice straight away there. But not a lot the humans can do about where the ball lands. And they only get a push anyway. That is, I think that's our first removal. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, knockout there. Yeah, first player off the pitch, that knockout. So catch it over here. Two dice here as well, but going in here. So I'll go for it. I think they're trying to, trying to limit where the ball carrier could go. Okay, well, let's look at this here. So the humans have surrounded the ball carrier to make it hard to get out, but they've left a T shape on with an assist on this sort of endpoint to leave quite an easy chain push out. If this lineman had stayed, it would have been needed one fewer go for it. But if he'd just gone over here, he's still making it a difficult dodge out because he'd still have to dodge into a tackle zone. Like if this lineman was here, these spaces are all covered in tackle zone, so it's here. There's no easy way out for him. But here, where they're all bunched up, this lineman can just blitz in here, push into the lineman. Lineman can go there, and it's just a 2+ dodge out. And then he's got 5 more squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could shot to the blitzer. Blitzer could be over here, well on his own. No one's going to catch him. But yeah, if he just stood back there, you'd deny them that opportunity. And obviously, there's still dice to roll to get the ball way up the other end of the pitch, but it is something that they've left on for them. So do try that blitz. Go that way. I'm not really sure what the intention was of going that way. But with no rerolls, that is a failed dodge. I don't know if maybe they were looking at coming round, handing off here, so this lineman could come down with the ball or get it somewhere else. Or just try and get it safe somewhere. But yeah, failing that dodge is a real shame, and it's what's the game is frozen up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so they can just score this turn. Points on the blitzer. Points on the blitzer will be cool. So that is well within reach this turn. I'm getting a lot of freezing. Let's see if that works. Yeah, so the blitzer did pick up the ball and run it in. Why am I getting so much freezing going on? I shouldn't be offline. I'm in an Ethernet connection. Right, let's just pull. There we go. So it did work. I just close that a sec. Here we go. Right, so humans go 1-0 up. Dark Elves have 3 turns to score back, which they have the speed to do without too much difficulty. So humans need a nice, probably some deep defence. I'd probably have a blitzer or 2 a bit deeper here to be able to react to where you're going to need to go stop scoring threats. Maybe with some width across the pitch as well, so the Dark Elves have to blitz their way through somewhere. Sort of if you leave the flanks too wide open, they're that they can just run down, maybe run their whole team round pretty much. Yeah, here they've left a lot on the line of scrimmage, so they can hit all 5 of these players if they want to. Don't know if that's deliberately to try and distract the fact that they've got 3 turns to score, so they are probably going to load up on one flank anyway. Certainly these 4 players you can hit, and then maybe try and ignore the ogre. Where are we for numbers? Yeah, the knockout came back, so we're on 11 plays 11. Another high kick and caught again, so both kickoffs had that. We haven't had to have players trying to pick up the ball to start with. This assist could have started there instead, and then you've still got this player's action. Yeah, could have assisted there, could have started there, set up there, and now this player's gone. This lineman could have been moving around here to screen. As it was, he just moved the 1 square. So that blitz is going to be here. It's just a push. Do another player or 2 in here. So take them both down there. Not really much of a way through. Still 2 turns for the Dark Elves, so humans need to be aware that they've got to shut this route for scoring down, but keep an eye on these players as well, because they can still move forward next turn and be a threat. I've blitzed the furthest forward one. Dark Elves definitely need to make some gains next turn to get forwards more. Yes, it's quite a tricky one to solve. It's going to be the Dark Elves are attacking this drive, so let's just flip around, even though it's not this half. If I'm looking at something like, yeah, it's tricky to try and keep pushing through here. Something like marking the ogre. This player stands up. You've got 2 dice there, but getting 2 dice on this lineman would be it's going to be tough to find. To move someone else in there, and then the blitz from there probably try and do it, but then it's screening off the ball when it's down that far. May need to look at making sure someone's over here who's close enough to the end zone to get in. Let's keep our view. Gone 1 dice there, but that worked out okay. That gets 2 dice there without having to mark the ogre with anyone else. And the 2 stuns there, both really helpful. So that's going to cut down the players there. Now they need a screen around this side. The ball going yet? The ball's not going yet. This player is going forward. See if they can. They're just going to mark up 2, 4, 6, 8. So this player's not in scoring range. But he's just pinning that blitzer in place. Go for it with the ball carrier. This is still a little open, but they get that last one in there as well. 2, 4, 6, 7. So this runner can just walk it in as it stands. So if you use the blitz over here rather than over here, they could have just pushed away with the lineman here to free up 3 players, or 2 more players. I'll push 1 back in. Yeah, 2 linemen and the catcher available. The catcher should probably have been over here first of all before rolling dice. They've still got 2 rerolls. But as it stands, this is the weak point. I think I'd have liked the catcher just in there as well, so they can't just knock this lineman out of the way. There's another knockout though. Only the second one we've had. Mighty Blow making that a knockout rather than a stun. Got a dodge here, which has failed. Still got rerolls. That in there. Okay, so that does make it pretty tough. Because they can't just knock this lineman out of the way and have a free run through. As it stands, I need to hit this guy. I sort of feel like that's the blitz, like this guy there. 1, 2, hit them. Probably there, but they're going to need him to go over. It is a lineman, so with a block player, decent chance of blocking it over. Then push away the catcher. 2 dice here, although you need to take this this assist out. Someone else. And then run through, see what we get. Probably should be able to make it so it's a 2+ for the runner to score, but you need to do some stuff first. That's taken that other assist out. So I can push the catcher now. It's gone that way instead. Gets a knockdown. That's a simpler way. 1 fewer block. I'll still blocking the catcher anyway. And that's just a push. Yeah, 2+ to score from the runner, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's just running through. Makes a dodge and makes it 1-1. Dark Elves to get the ball back for the second half. Puts them in a good position. They've just had 1 knockout. See if that comes back. Half time, it does. So 11 plays 11. Dark Elves with the ball and the game level. So we'll switch it now. So it's like, yeah, just a 3 on the line of scrimmage. That line on there. We're going to see more movement still. Lots of indecisive moving, I think, of these humans. Not quite done. Okay, so moving those 2 players in right at the edge, he's just left these blitzers vulnerable to the blitz. I think if you've got them in there, you have to commit more players to it to get an assist, to make it 2 dice. It's quite easy to get 2 dice on them here. Because you can stand an assist in these squares, but if this lineman was over here, those squares are knocked out. So the assist can only be there, and that means you've got to take out one of these other assists with another player and then throw the blitz from there. So you'd have to stand someone there and then blitz there to get the 2 dice. And that puts more players in contact with them and gives you more blocks back. Which is why L shapes are quite, when you've got evenly strength teams, your L shapes are quite good. So this is a strong and hard to blitz formation, but only from here. If this lineman was 1 over, it's difficult to blitz anyone because there's nowhere to put an assist. Oh, there's a double skulls. First one we've seen. Not the last though. Blitz is coming in there, so that gives them, if it's just a push, that gives them more hits. So didn't blitz that vulnerable blitzer anyway. And they can use one of these linemen now. Claiming some space forwards. And that's a knockdown. No armor breaks. I don't think we've seen an armor break on the humans yet. Maybe you've tried to throw there if they wanted to. Little 2+2+ for a point, but no specialist skills for that on this elf team. So it looks like they're shaping up for this to be the blitz, or maybe not. Okay, just marking up. surrounding those players. So having 2 players deep for the Dark Elves means the humans have got a numbers advantage up here, and they're just, the more they mark up, the less the Elves will be able to do about it, I guess. Need more players in there for protection, because that follow-up just gave away 2 dice until that player went in. Catch up there. I think the ogre could have got around to this square by just going around and having it in, sort of marking as many players as possible was probably a good way to use it. Going to have 2 dice there. This one coming forwards. So Dark Elves just need to make a hole somewhere and then run through it and score, if that's what they're aiming to do quickly. They might be looking for a slower score though. That's just a push. Could carry on to there for an assist. Yep, let's do nice there. I'm watching this. Yeah, if I put in that one there, I mean the humans could still free this blitzer up quite easily and just run it down the flank. There's still space to get around. That's a dodge there, which is going to dissuade that. And dodge away from the ogre as well. Where's the ball going to go? Ball goes up quite far. I think they've got... Feels like there's a play on the ball here, really. Might take some dodges. No, not really, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 go for it. So 2 2+s and basically a 4+, 1 dice block would get the ball down. Using that blitz over here instead. So there's another double skulls. And then double both down. And another double skulls, so knew there were some more of those coming. That's not really happened in an area where the Dark Elves can take advantage of it. They've got a gap here if they want to go for it. And they could maybe run up there now. Maybe this blitzer on the catcher could be a good shout. Run that way. Yeah, I still think this is the gap for them to attack. Yeah, hand off to this blitzer over there, and then screen off as best you can. Might have been a good shot, but I don't know if you'd necessarily make it that safe. Okay, blitz is that way, and another double skulls for an injury, so it's conserving rerolls there. Took a badly hurt. First casualty we've had on this blitzer. One of the Dark Elf blitzers out of the game is just badly hurt. But on a double skulls is not the way you want to go. The ogre blitz is successful. Okay, that's shut down that wing. Get more dice there. You can get an assist in here. Yeah, so that's 2 dice blocks. Ogre blitz was quite risky before putting those in, and for these safer blocks. Just another stun there, and they've got those who can watch. Kind of watch the back. It sort of feels it's very sort of safe play from the humans, like holding this line and keeping it quite solid. They've now outnumbering them though, so they could pressure a bit more than this. The Dark Elves back over this way. Just blitz on the thrower. It's knocked down. Well, I think that lineman had a bit of a route through without that follow-up. But I've taken the ball back to keep it safe. This blitz I can reach, I think. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they've just got 1 dice on the board at the moment. That one over there. Dodging away there has failed. Not re-rolled and gets the stun. I think they've still got a 3+ dodge for 1 dice on the ball here though. If this lineman was 1 over, maybe have avoided that. Or even was here. Yeah, this blitzer can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and then hit. So it's 3 plus 1 dice with block. But yeah, if this lineman is just 1 up there, it makes it a harder dodge and sort of shuts that down, I think, really. So he's back over, watching that blitzer. Sort of feel like that as a blitz is pretty solid as well, because that's going to open up a gap that they could run the catcher through, and maybe other players blitzing the blitzer there though. I think if he hadn't followed up and then stepped there, they've still got a space through that way. But yeah, I think like I said last turn, sort of playing it quite safe and just holding this line. But the longer they do that, the more to the Dark Elves' advantage it is, because if they do manage to score, it'll be later in the half. The humans won't have the ball as long. Yeah, so no pressure on the ball. Gives the Dark Elves another chance to try and find a breakthrough, which could be that blitz there. Is that, or is it this way? It's that way. Probably wanted the knockdown and follow up, because there's not a good dodge out for that blitzer now. Don't know, have much else here, so dodge around. That gives them 2 dice on the thrower. He's knocked down. And dodging away there. So kind of, yeah, opportunity again to push forward with a couple of players down this way. It gives the Dark Elves a different sort of problem. Foul Bonehead's not especially helpful. Is this the blitz maybe? Not sure. Yeah, so just engaging rather than coming round them where they've got, which they definitely have space to do. And watch that play out, so pin them there. Yeah, so it opens that up, but the blitz is going to then go on towards the ball and it comes back. So yeah, that's a very cautious play from the humans. Just, I don't know, maybe playing for a draw, maybe it feels like that. There we go, it's a blitz there. So this could be a bit of movement. Yeah, blitzer goes forwards. Long way down the pitch, so that'll be a really long throw if they want to go for it this turn. Rana is going that way. And it's intercepted. There we go. So first interception of the season we've had. How was the throw? Oh, I didn't get to the point of rolling the throw, because it does it in a weird order in this edition. But yeah, that's opened up a gap. This blitzer can just move forward here. Kind of that way. Yeah, blitz in there to keep this fella mobile. Maybe just here, somewhere here would have been good. Because they're trying to go for it now. I'm not sure not really sure that go for it is getting them anything actually. Let's try and work it out. So let's go for it to there rather than there. Maybe I've come in. Oh no, they came around that way, didn't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know where they came from now. It's somewhere around here. But yeah, I think I think this runner's the only player that can reach anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And could still have reached. Could still have reached here. I'm not sure the go for it bought them anything. Yeah, so putting this guy back, they're going to need to sort of keep a scoring threat in those. It's turn 15. Because the runner can reach the ball. And I think we're looking at this guy as the pass. But if that goes wrong, they haven't got a scoring threat in place. So runner goes down, grabs the ball. He's going to have to throw it over a blitzer's head. And lightning strikes twice, as it is. Another 6, another interception for a blitzer. Late in the game, when it's 1-1, and can just run it in unopposed. And that's 2-1. That injury down. So Dark Elves have got, can try for a 1-turn score. They're down a player. Can still do it with 10 players. But it takes obviously quite a bit of working out and stuff. Humans forming a pretty solid line across here. So this would be the point where you'd have to try and dodge through. Taking it back a bit. Bit further. So yeah, there's no easy dodge through. And I don't think they do set up to go for the 1-turn. Well, no, they don't, because I know what happens. Instead, get an extra turn. So a riot turns up. So Dark Elves have 2 turns to get back into it and level the game. But again, second turn from the end, they need players who can score now. And where the humans are positioned is quite awkward, because they kind of need to be around that line. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 7 is here. 8, 9. Minimum is there for their movement 7 players. Need to be at least on that square, on that line, that power green one. But still have 2 rerolls. So good chance to do that. Movement 6 players need to be on this dark green one. So this is a scoring threat. That one needed to be another square forward to be a threat. That one is in. So they're getting players who can physically reach, which is good, and you want plenty of options for that. This one isn't. I think one more square forward for some of these would have been good. It's just a push. But there are 1, 2, 3 players who can reach the end zone. And we're probably going to need a pass at some point. We're going to hold the ball back down here, yeah. So no one can reach that. You didn't need to use their blitz there. Because this blitzer was already in contact. I think just a lineman over there, and that's 2 dice already, and then you can maybe surf this one. And then this is the only scoring threat, and you just go mark him up. And also, if they're moving players back here, you can either go mark this guy who can score, and shut this guy down so he can't score. But just standing back here, none of these players are doing anything to prevent the score now. There's just 5 of them standing over there. 6 of them. Well, this one does shut down this lineman just walking over into the corner. But there's not enough protection here because this is quite an easy blitz. And I think really the ideal play is just stand this guy up, blitz with this lineman on this guy because you only need a push. And then you walk forward 7 squares, 2, 4, 6, 7, and that's a quick pass, 2 plus, 2 plus, and then 2, 4, 6, another 2 plus to score. So as long as that hits the 8 out of 9, get a push back to send him there. You've got, 3 2 pluses to score. And the humans really should have had more players here to prevent this, and be marking this guy because they're the only 2 players that can score now. You just need to shut them down and you win the game. Dark Elves do take a bit of a riskier route, so they put a couple of players in to take these assists out and then blitz with this guy. But this means it has to be a knockdown, which it is. So they've gone from this square instead. They could have done it with a pushback. But I do get a knockdown, but also add in the extra rolls of another handoff before the quick pass. And then still have 2 rerolls left, and they need to make that one go for it, which is fine. So I do make it 2-2. I really think the humans could have stopped that though. There was, I think, a lot more opportunity to shut that score down. Don't know if I felt a bit bad about the 2 interceptions or to even things up, but yeah, they could have shut that down and won that game. Yeah, it's a game that had everything except a death, basically. Humans again could have gone for a 1-turn score. Have the speed to do that, and they have a thrower and a catcher. Dark Elves are keeping some players back here, but I think they leave a gap. Yeah, there we go. Humans do have a blitzer on 5 points who they look to make a pass with. A bit late for bribes. The blitzer can reach the ball. They go for some blocks and then that vanity pass, and that's all there is to see now. Oh, let's skip that. Didn't realise it was waiting for me. There you go, reroll for the pickup, then it's 3+3+ with a reroll on the catch. Leveled blitzer, there we go. I think only player that levelled in the game because the MVPs didn't fall in front of. Well, it's a good MVP for the Dark Elder, getting that Dark Elves, getting that on the blitzer. Not so good for the humans, but they did level the blitzer as well. Pretty close on blocks. Humans do with the ogre have the strength advantage. They had a Dark Elf blitzer go down as well, so slightly out blocking them. 2 interceptions in the game. We probably won't see that again this season. We might not see any other interceptions all season at all. But there they are. Just the 1 injury, few knockouts, no removals from Dark Elves. I had the same against Nurgle with my High Elves. Not a lot of hitting power in a starting elf team. Loads of star player points, so both teams do pretty well for those. Getting some points on the board for the players. Yeah, relatively even there for those things. Some of this stuff was quite good. Yeah, nothing really terrible. Catches probably includes bounces and stuff like that, so I can't think what would have been fouled that wasn't that. Yeah, I don't think Dice played a big part in that. It was a pop. Well, the 2 interceptions, both 1 in 6s both times. There you go. 1 in 36, they both happen. So that's another draw. 2 draws and a win for Amazons over Skaven so far. We've got that 1 game to go, and we'll have that. I think they're playing maybe tonight actually, but I'll probably will do the replay of that probably sometime next week now.